we rolled this down to two more classic characters enter the public domain in 2025. So on January 1st, at the stroke of midnight, they will like the previous year before you lost Mick Mouse, so Steamboat Willie now, and then they've done that in a couple years before. It was Winnie the Pooh. Well, guess what? Now it's the famous scene of a man said, "I am what I am." Popeye and Tintin, him and his little dog. So now, if you've noticed that what they did a very crazy Steamboat Willie version of a horror film, and then they also did the film that has two direct sequels with Winnie the Pooh. And it, so I can only imagine what Tintin and Popeye's got coming for us next year, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the box office graveyard awards of it.
The so when you're speaking of the Pooniverse, by the way, that's what you're talking about with Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. There is, not only do they have Winnie the Pooh, but they have Bambi. There's a whole, and they're bringing together like a slasher version of the Avengers. Just so you know that. And the Popeye horror movie has already been made.
I know.
It has not been released yet.
Oh, I thought that was the one with Robin Williams in it. I'm sorry.
Oh no. There is a legit where Popeye is basically a ghost on a ship that some kids go, and they're he pulverizes them, and it hasn't been released yet, but there are little teasers out there for it.
Probably wait until the 1st of January.
I'm sure they are.
I want to see a Popeye like badass like action film, man, where he just takes care of the business and just beats the shit out of everyone. That's what I want to see.
Like a John Wick.
Oh, there you go. I love it. Popeye Wick.
Yeah. Oh, it's actually called Popeye the Slayer Man.
Okay. That makes sense.
I want to see that poster.
That makes sense. Well, all I can tell you is that it will definitely be popping up now on January 1st. So January 2nd, that'll probably be starting to hit some of the pay-per-views.
If I'm not mistaken, Tintin has crypto down there.
Yeah.
Looks like.
That's true.
Put a cape on him.
I can't wait to watch these both on Tubi. Coming to the Tubi channel near you.
95% of all bad movies is done on Tubi. On to the next. Jim Lee's second time around, actually. This one is for Jim Lee is coming out of pseudo month-to-month work for this Hush 2. You guys see Jeff Loeb is back with him. Hush 2 begins in Batman number 158. That will hit on March 26th of 2025. And will be dubbed as Batman Hush 2 with the actual H2. Will run monthly for 6 issues through August through Batman 163. Then a second set of 6 issues will run in sometime 2026. So, right now we've got on the screen, there's a couple of images that Jim Lee's done. You've got the cover to Batman 158, if you remember the first run that he did nearly 20 years ago. Well, actually almost about 20, close to about 24 years now. He also did a grand Batman image that became very iconic at DC Comics. But he's brought in a couple other people to help him with some variant covers. You've got J. Scott Campbell. You've got Tony Daniels, which at one time was a regular artist on the Batman books. And the one that everyone else is kind of saying that they're extremely happy to see because he does one of the best renditions of Batman. And we're going to flow it over to Sean Gordon Murphy is actually. So we'll just kick up some of his artwork right here. But and that's also a double page spread by Jim Lee as another variant cover to that. Looking at some beautiful work here. And hopefully Jeff Johns and Jim Lee can pull this off because they haven't worked together in a very long time, and they are kind of taking a character that I think people were pretty well happy with the Hush series from beginning to end. And I don't know if the characters need to be revisited. We've got to have one heck of an idea. I know Jeff Loeb with all the long Halloweens, he's made it work. So I'm sure he had a story to tell. It's nice that Jim Lee's coming back. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to get to the second set of issues because that is kind of unusual to have a break of like 12 issues and then we don't know how many fill-in months is going to be between. if it's the last one's coming in August, and hopefully they can get around to maybe sometime in December or January. Well, actually said 2026, so January, and they don't go on to something where it makes you wait till March and mark like a whole year. I don't know if that's going to work, but it's nice to see Jim Lee back